The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Well, something is in the air tonight.
Could it be magical?
It could be magical,
It was cheesy. That's fine.
but this is very rare for us to do an episode back to back,
A drop down, out of the norm.
out of the norm. But
So I don't even want to follow any of the rules we normally have.
right, we are not rule followers.
Yeah,
here.
we are. We follow every mandate and follow every recommendation.
Yes. Anyways, hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast mini-sode. I don't know if this is episode 138. I don't know what this one is.
Call it a special news flash release. episode.
Special news flash release.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we are here tonight is because today is August 3rd, and it is a Tuesday, and the new annual pass program dropped. So now we are going to be called the annual key holders, I guess is what we are. So Udi and I are going to dissect the offerings, the variants, if you will, of what was given to us. And hopefully we can get someone on the phone soon.
Yeah.
But we just did a pre-show. And actually, you know what? Before we get into about the details about this, just by the amount of people we got on the show, the pre-show, it makes me very happy and excited. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Udi brought up a very good point that I want him to expand upon about us bringing our family back into the fold. Okay, so there are some good days. There are some bad days in your relationship with Disneyland, and that's what this is. Thankfully, we've got more good days than bad days. And what I mean by a bad day is like when the park closes for 14, 15 months. That's a bad day. But today's a good day because the Magic Key program was just, and sorry if I'm messing up with the terms, they're all kind of new to me. The Magic Key program. These will start to be going on sale August 25th at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Pacific time. That doesn't really mean a whole lot, really, because I don't even know why they even have a time on that. Mm-hmm. All right. So before we get into the details of these, and I've said that before, Udi, initial thoughts.
I am relieved. There was a sense of relief initially, and then there was a sense of joy. Joy. I'll go with joy. I was gonna say maybe I'm overstating it, but I was very, very happy. Very joy. It was joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
we're beginning to take the steps, and we have been for a while, of getting our park back, getting our lives back, getting back to a point where we can be together again.
Yeah.
One of the greatest tragedies, if you want to, and it is a tragedy in my mind, that what we've been dealing with over the year and a half now, has been the forced separation of all of us. So with this coming back, this is another big signifier that people are realizing we have to move forward and we need to rejoin society.
We do.
And so when I saw that, I'm like, good. Because we're going to be led through this by many different factors, many different things. But at the end of the day, we need to be unified behind the things that we were unified before. We need to find happiness and joy between, find happiness and joy in the things we had prior, and recapture that. So when I saw that, I got that sudden rush of like, I'm going to be able to regain what I had before. And regain. Do you want me to go off on my family thing?
No, let's
Okay.
go to the park. We'll do that towards the end.
Yeah, so like I said, I felt happy because we are now having the signs of normalcy and regaining the life we had prior to this nightmare, and we're getting it back. And these are all things that are continuing to move all of us forward. So that's why. Huge for some. Some people may find it minor, but for everybody that is listening to my voice, and you're here because of you get it. So when I say that, you get it.
Yeah. So what do you think about the timing of this being announced and the availability? Because I was under the guise of like, okay, we are going to be doing this reservation system until the end of December, and I was fine with that. And I was thinking, okay, 2022. It's going to be a fresh start of the whole new program, and then that's when I thought, so, but why do you think they're doing it now?
Well, I think the one thing that I think they're, like anything that a major conglomerate like Disney is going to do, is going to be multifaceted and multi-layered. I think it sends a lot of messages to different things, to different people, different entities, different government followers, fans, and all that. I personally believe it is done. They're doing it this way because they want to begin to recapture their lost revenue. That is going to be a number one. Some people may get mad or shake at that and go like, ugh. But the reality is that they need to make money. Disneyland is there to make money. So they have had a year plus of not having the maximum availability to make or maximize their profits. That is a number one. Two, I think they are also using this to remind people, i.e. governmental agencies, that park, that area, the surrounding area of the park is a vital point of income and life, and it is a vital part of that area.
Yeah.
It needs to be rejuvenated and regained. I think there is that layer. So, and then I think it's I hate to put it in this order, but pretty much I feel this is the order. At the very end of that list is to have the fans be like, thank you. I hate that I feel like the fan are us, the people who love the park, are the bottom tier of that. But the reality is that is where we fall in that spectrum. And there's a level of me that is okay with that because I understand the upper levels of the people, the interests that are above us kind of make everything happen. Yeah. So it is kind of a love-hate thing. But yeah, the timing makes sense to me. I think we're coming into the holidays. I think with let's be real, holidays for the park are huge. Huge. Who doesn't love going to the park with the Halloween, everywhere? Yes. I love it. I mean, Halloween and Christmas are the two best times to go in the year. If you want to argue with me over that, we can. You're going to be wrong. But those are the best times to go.
Well, I like to think that anytime you go to the park's a magical time.
I'm talking about the best.
Oh.
The best.
Oh, the best. The best. Yeah, there's no... I don't know.
Like I said, we can argue, but you're going to be
No, September through December is pretty much incredible there. Yeah. It's just incredible.
Yep. And here we are. We're walking into that.
Yeah.
The other thing I think is they are completely brand new programs. Even though we're going to break them down, you're going to see that they're not really, but they kind of are. There are aspects of it that are very, 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 very similar.
Yeah.
But there are going to be a few tweaks in here. But
There will be, yeah.
but I think the other part of it is they need to, like anything, have a quote-unquote soft open to it.
Yeah.
So the sooner they release it, they're going to look at which key is trending more, which one they're going to get more bites on, more purchases of, and then begin to adjust. I've said it before that when you run a massive corporation like Disney, and then you run a massive enterprise like Disneyland, your numbers, your demographics, your keys, all your info are immensely important to everything you're doing. Food, merchandise, people. I mean, who's going to be on when. All these are the intricate, finite details that an average park goer, it goes right over the head. They never even think about that.
Right.
Mark and people like Mark and I, we're much more analytical. We look at it like, okay, so if we're coming in at 8, they have to have this staff in here. We need that kind of food there. We look at the logistics of everything, and we analyze that.
Can't help it.
We cannot help it. That is how our minds work.
Yeah.
So Disney has to look at that from a business point of view. So they're going to now release that, see what's happening, see which one is moving, and begin to tweak. The predecessor being the that we had was the Flex Pass. We actively were watching that move and kind of get adjusted as we had the pass. We could look at it all the time and watch the dates moving and shifting.
In real time.
Yep. And so that isn't going to change. Data, metadata. We'll go on and on and on. But that is the main reason I think they're going to do that, so that when we come down closer to October, November, December, they're going to have, I think, a much clearer picture of what is working and what is not working, and then adjust accordingly. So to me, it makes perfect sense that they're doing this now, end of August, because you have September to kind of look at it, October, and then October, like I said, October, November, December, they'll really begin. So that is why you're seeing a lot of the things coming back, Oogie Boogie Bash, all these kind of things, they're gauging people and how they're receiving it. Because Mark, I think you've made this point, and it's a brilliant point really throughout the show over the last year, is what if an avid park goer like you and I and friends of the show and family and our LTP family, what if during this time that we weren't able to go, we found a new interest?
Oh yeah, I have been bringing that up.
You've brought that up quite often. It is a very, very, very valid thing, because for me, and I found other things that I've had to, like, okay, well, normally I would have been like going to the park now.
Right.
What am I doing now? We've all had to face that dilemma. And so I think this is another aspect of that. They're going to look at it and go like, okay, how well are these going to be received? How popular are these going to be? And how many people that we may have, quote unquote, lost during the pandemic, will we be able to then regain them and reintroduce them to the park? And I'm talking beyond the avid fan like we are.
Yeah.
I'm talking outside of that bubble.
Right.
That is where the majority of the money is, because us sycophantic Disney people, we're crazy, and
we are crazy. But to your point, I mean, when I brought that up, I mean, I was also talking about myself in that category, where, like, I have a backyard I have to finish. I have to, upgrade my bike, or maybe get a new bike, and I can't buy one. That I mean, I can, but it has to be it has to be UDI approved. But
yeah, it does.
It does, or you're never gonna hear the end of it.
Oh no, because I'd be riding down the road. I'm like, why did you get that piece of junk?
No, I wouldn't do that. But no, but the point is, I was one of those guys that was like wrestling with the fact, like, okay, how much? I mean, I love talking about the park. I can hold off without going for the rest of this year. But then, opportunity came up for Oogie Boogie Bash, and, my girlfriend's birthday, and I go, well, this would be a good time to go. Then today's news actually just kind of, kicked in for me a little bit. Like, okay, now things are actually making more sense to me. Not a TMI, but my daughter's coming home to live with me from North Carolina, and this is actually a great blessing. So, I was just talking to her today about it, and she's thinking about getting an annual pass. And so that was something that I was wrestling with on a personal note for the last year. It's like, she was one of the people that would go with me. But now, maybe my girlfriend will get one. I'll have to tell her about. We have a poll about that, okay. So we'll see how that goes.
I'll tell people real quick because for everybody, we were on Instagram Live for about an hour. We had we had like 8 or 10 people hop on, which was great.
Off and on, yeah.
Off and on coming through. And then one of the questions that it was Ariel, right?
My other daughter,
brought up was, do you think Wendy will come back with an annual, or we'll get an AP or a key now? We're gonna call. I'm gonna keep on calling. It's gonna be a while for me to change it to a key.
Yeah, see,
magic key. I'm gonna be an AP. It's gonna be difficult. I don't know how long the magic key name will stick around, but we'll find out.
Please bear with us as we're trying to get our minds around this terminology.
Yeah, but and then the question was, will she get one? And I said, I will bet money. I don't remember what the bet is. I think it was just, I don't know, but I will bet that after, because she's never been to the park with you, right? Correct.
That is completely correct.
So you cannot, and I made the comment, a lot of people cannot go to the park with people like Mark or myself or God bless you, both of us together.
Oh no.
and then not go like, hey man, I wouldn't mind AP. So my bet was Mark is going to take her, show her the park through his eyes. And when you look at the park through the eyes of a true lover of the park and an aficionado of the park, if you get it, like you walk in, and I brought up the story of our good friend, my good friend Eric, who went down, was there, and we had the the opportunity to be in the park together. So it was me, Eric, Mark, and his two daughters.
Yep.
And
a great time.
Yeah, and it was a great day. I mean, anytime, and we had a couple great days together. And he came back and was like, "Oh my God, he got an AP," and I told him, I remember telling him in the text, going, "Man, I'm so happy, like you got the park and you found the love of the park that we have, and that influences kind of like it made me like it." It was great. Like, it was a great feeling. Like, something that I love and appreciate and have a passion for, I can pass it on to a friend and somebody that I've known for decades, and then have that pass on to him was great. So my bet is that absolutely Mark is going to go take Wendy down there, and they're going to be walking through the park. And it's going to be like that tour guide, like, in 1965, this happened over here. This tree was over here. But it's going to be a thing of like, looking at it through the person of looking at it through the eyes of someone who's passionate about it is can be very infectious. So
right.
I'm betting money she will come back with one.
Okay, we should see how it goes. And I'm kind of doing it like we're only going to go to Disneyland for one day and then DC the next day for the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Does she listen to the show?
She does listen to the show.
Oh, well, hi, Wendy.
So anyways, when we're at Disneyland, it's not going to be the typical 3 to 4 days that we have time to go through everything. And so it's going to be like, okay, we're going to do this, and this. And hopefully, hopefully she goes, I want to spend more time over in this section and this section. And I go, you're part of the group now. So you can, So hopefully we'll see how it goes. And that's anyways. But okay. All right. Anyways, let's go on to why are people listening to tonight's show? Well, anyway, let's go over some key points of
the magic keys I saw.
The magic keys. They all are. I'm going to go over the whole program overview real quick because there's only like 5 points, and then going to go to some benefits and then we're going to go to the individual things. All right. So with these, you can make theme park reservations for ongoing visits. We know that, and you can hold on to more than one theme park reservation at a time for different dates. That's very cool. And you can save up to 15% on select dining and up to 20% off select merchandise. And then you'll get special offerings just for Magic Key holders. Okay. So here are some benefits that you'll get throughout the year as being just one of the four. If you just become one of the four variants here, I'm gonna keep using that term. So you get access to the Magic Key Terrace, which is a reimagined reservation-based lounge just for Magic Key holders and their friends and family. We know what this is.
Where is that one?
Okay, so the Magic Key Terrace is the place above the wine tasting. No, the wine. What do they call it? Gosh,
Wine Country Trattoria.
Wine Country Trattoria. Yeah, that when I was there with my sister and Annika, we couldn't get in because there was like an hour and a half wait. But Udi has been up there.
I have.
Yeah.
I loved it up there.
Okay, well you're getting that back.
Good.
Okay, so
that. We talked about it when we came back from that. Now it's been like over a year and a half, but it is amazing. So the ability to go back is great. The view's great. The service is phenomenal. The drinks were on point. I mean, it was great. So
did you get your own like dedicated server up there?
No.
Or did you order from below and then bring it up?
No. You get up there. You have your own service staff up there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Next item is the Magic Key Holder Month, which is a month-long celebration of Magic Key holders. I don't know what that is, but I suspect it's going to be some photo op in DCA somewhere.
Well, I hope it would. I hope it would be more than that. I hope it would be a thing like where you have the ability to get a special one-off merch. It's probably what's going to be. I mean,
you're going to keep reading below.
Yeah, no, I know that is going to definitely be part of it. But maybe it'll be more. Maybe a special event. I don't know. I don't know. Super vague, but makes me kind of go like, okay, what is that?
Yeah. I said, it's enough to pique my curiosity. Then you get special experiences and collectibles, which is you can access exciting, unique experiences, collectible keepsakes designed with you in mind, including special offerings during festivals.
Yeah.
So they've got AP things that they've had in the past where they have things like that. So I'm glad they're carrying that forward. I do like this. First access opportunities. Be among the first to have the opportunity to access exciting new offerings at the Disneyland Resort throughout the year, including select new merchandise collections.
Yep.
So besides being able to buy new merchandise ahead of everyone else, to me, that's not a thing. I don't like to be I don't necessarily need to be the first person to do anything, but I think what I'm reading into that is that when they bring those Disneyland nights back, see, guys, I've been so long since I've thought about.
I know
these
what
things.
you're talking about.
But what are they called?
After Dark.
Yes, Disneyland After Dark events. I remember there's I have 4 or 5 of them they have in 2019. I hope that they allow us to go. Oh, tickets going to go on sale for you guys. 3 or 4 days before everyone else. That would be kind of cool.
Yep.
Because those things tend to sell out. And if there's one that I particularly want, I mean. That could be a topic in the future. What? Maybe that would be an opening question. Okay, so we've got that. You get discounts at Downtown Disney at participating restaurants and stores. Perfect. Magic Key merchandise, novelties, blah, blah, blah. But you get special menu items, which I do like that. Maybe there's a special cocktail or a special cake or a dessert or a special enchilada plate at Rancho Food. Might be. So you've got that, which is great. Oh, it's Magic Key holder themed popcorn buckets, sippers, and okay, cool. Love it.
Yeah.
Magic Key Disney photo op. I'm not a photo pass opportunities. We're gonna get into the photo pass after this because that's something I didn't see anywhere. And then Magic Key embroidery. Not my thing, but I'm glad they have that for people that like this.
Who will like it. Yeah, I mean that is going to be a very pinpoint kind of person. I know I'm not my thing, but yeah, hey, if you like it, get at it.
Clever use pinpoint. Okay, all right. So what is this?
I did there?
Yeah, I did. What is community? So I guess they're going to open up a new portal that will allow you to connect with other Magic Key pass holders or something. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, so let's get into these real quick. These details we need to talk about because these are something that I'm kind of hung up on. To enter a theme park, each Magic Key holder must have a theme park reservation in addition to a valid Magic Key pass. Okay, makes sense.
Yep, like before.
Like before. Park reservations are limited and subject to availability, public health orders, and applicable pass blockout dates, and are not guaranteed for any specific dates or park.
Like before.
Like before. Magic Key Pass blockout dates and admission dates can be visited with a park reservation will vary by pass type and theme park.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Yep.
Additionally, park reservations may not be available on select holidays for certain theme parks. Okay, I'm with you.
Yep.
Park reservations for select dates and parks may be made available on a rolling basis. Check for updated availability. And that's a key right there, because we talked about that in the pre-show. A Magic Key Pass does not guarantee admission or access to any experience, attraction, or offering to park entry.
Correct. Like
before.
Yeah.
This just gets you into either park. But the check for updated availability, we're going to get into that because that will tie into the blackout dates.
Correct.
And if you are on the fence or getting upset about what you may or may not have anticipated, I think there's hope on the horizon. Okay, Magic. So here we go about what the stuff that I'm sort of wrestling with. Magic Key holders who have a park reservation for both theme parks may cross over and switch between parks on the same day beginning at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So this is how it differs from last time.
Correct.
So go ahead.
Okay, that has everything, in my opinion, to do with the current Rona.
Yes.
100%, because they're keeping that going because that is the current policy in place. So why wouldn't you put that in? I think they like, hey, we're going to put that in because the other facet, which I think some people may be glossing over, and you know who really made me think about it was Marcus. DCA is becoming finally a standalone. So I think they're beginning to use this as their forebear, their process to begin to make that a more standalone park and make you go like, I'm going to go here and going to go here. The offerings that they're continuing to work on in DCA are good and they're great, and they've been doing a fantastic job for a very long time now. I think this plays into that to try to get people like, hey, DCA, you may want to just buy a pass and take it just to go to that park. And I think they're going to try to begin to do that because when you do that, you handle a lot of issues. You handle staffing issues. You're having the biggest issue that you deal with is the overcrowding issue or the attendance issue. So I get that. I personally don't like it because we've been spoiled forever that we get in there. We're like, hey, 8 o'clock, we're in. Hey, 10 o'clock, let's go over there. Yeah. You know, but now it makes you choose. So again, I think it's a multi-layered effect that you're going to get with doing that. I personally see this going away. I think you're going to have enough people go like once we get past the current health orders and all that, once we finally shake them off and go back to living normal, I think more people are going to start going, hey, that 1 p.m. thing sucks. Can we get rid of that? And I think you'll see Disney capitulate that.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're really on point with that. Yeah. That's good. So the next thing is so after you can switch parks begin at 1 p.m. Please check the park hours calendar and the Disneyland app for the most up-to-date park hopper hours. Magic Key holders who have a park reservation for both parks must enter the first park as a destination in their park reservation prior to visiting the other park. So that means I don't understand that. A park, let's say I'm going to go October 28th. I'm just making that date up. I have no idea what day that is. And I have a Magic Key, whatever. Do I have to say I want to go to both parks?
Reading that.
But what if one day's at DCA is booked and the other one's not?
I think what I'm reading is they may make you choose, like, I want to do a day at Disneyland with a park hopper, or I want to do a day at DCA with a park hopper. Oh,
so
gotcha. then you will pick which one at that point. Again, this is yet another step with them making like, hey, DCA is a park you can spend a day in. little bit of a nudge, a little bit of a
Yeah.
push, like, hey, DCA. So again, it serves a lot of different things, mainly attendance and controlling that. So I think reading that, and that is how I take it, that they're going to go like, okay, you bring it up like, no, I want a reservation for Disneyland with a park hopper, or I want a reservation for DCA with a park hopper.
But I suspect that you can go, oh, I just want to go to Disneyland, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's what I'm saying. Again, so then you can go like, I'm just going to go DCA today. Done.
Yeah. See, but that's different than the Flex Pass was, because we could just come and go whenever we wanted.
Correct. So that is a change. And I still think one of the main causes, and I could be wrong, and we'll find out probably in about 6 months, that it is for the current health concerns. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, beyond that, it said at this time a park reservation is not required after visiting the first park. However, reservation requirements are subject to change, and please note that the ability to visit the other park will be subject to that park's capacity limitations.
Yep.
So it could be a game time decision.
I think it won't be in the sense that you're going to have to make your reservation. It'll be a lot of the questions are going to be answered, I think, when we finally get access to that window, that ability to actually begin to make the portal to make reservations. But reading that is how I'm reading it. Like, you're going to have to pick your park.
Yes.
And then that will be the start point. And then all the rules will apply whichever one you park, which I think most people are going to be like, you and I are going to be like, Disneyland. You say it's the afterthought, but they're,
But honestly, I mean, 1 o'clock is not a bad time anyways.
No.
I mean, there's so much to do. I mean, yeah. Honestly, if I start my day off at Disneyland, I probably don't even head over to DCA until probably 2 or 3 maybe.
Yep.
But then I know if the lights are going to be going down, or then I go, we need to go across. We need to go back.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I don't have any problem with that at all.
No.
But I don't know. For me, I feel like it will eventually go away.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off with going through these 4 variants that we know. Start off with the lowest one because of what it's called, the Imagine Key. This sells for
Imagine all the people. Anyway, go ahead.
This is $400, $399, only available for Southern California residents living in certain zip codes.
Oh, hey, 9,000. I got it. Hold on.
No, you're not doing this because you don't want this one. So here are the.
You remember my prior joke to the pre-show?
Yeah. Okay, so here are the benefits of this one, or what's included. You get a reservation-based admission to one or both theme parks select days of the year. You can hold up to 2 theme park reservations at a time. 10% off select merchandise, 10% off select dining. But this one you're not allowed to use the bathrooms inside Disneyland. Oh, come on, Disney. Why would you do that? So you can't use the bathrooms inside Disneyland if you have this pass. How ridiculous. Chapek, why would he do that? I'm making that up.
Sorry.
So you can view the...
I'm sitting here checking zip code, sorry.
No. So here's the Imagine Key access calendar. And right now, since it hasn't actually started yet, it looks like it's all weekdays. It is all weekdays in September, October, November, half of December, because the other half is blacked out. Mm-hmm. The first week in January is all blacked out. Mm-hmm. Then it's all weekdays. February is all weekdays.
Yeah, they're moving everybody for that level to nothing but during the week, i.e. slow times, which we've talked about it before, and we might as well talk about it. One of the things we've talked about often is the local park guard, and how a lot of people have used that pass to just go on the weekend for a couple hours here, blah blah blah, whatever, and then clog up the park and then go home.
That's right.
That right there kills all of that pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I would, Yeah, I can't do that pass because well, I could. I mean, if I live down there, I'll tell you what.
Well, look, I mean, you've got. Go ahead.
I think I would. I think if I lived down there, I would because I'm crazy like that. I think I would just go on the weekdays.
June, July are all gone. Oh, well, sorry, June 2nd. You can go, for some reason, you can go June 1st and 2nd. But the rest of those months are blacked out.
So you got to look at June, July, and a good chunk of August. Man, that is pretty.
85% of August is blacked out.
That is aggressively tight.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Again, my opinion is that is to control. This is a direct attempt to control the thing that we've always kind of complained about is that SoCal resident who just is the local and that is going to get the cheapest pass possible and just go whenever as much as they can.
Yep.
So now that has happened, this is very interesting. You know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now. This is going to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the next rung up the ladder is the enchant key. You know, I want to say enchantment, but it's just enchant. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, so this one is $6.49.
Yep.
And this again is a reservation-based admission to one or both theme parks. You can hold up to 4 theme park reservations at a time.
That is key because that has changed from the level. Like I'm gonna match this one up kind of with the Flex Pass. I could only do 2. Oh no, 3.
3.
Sorry, 3.
3.
Now you can do up to 4.
And you get 10% off of merchandise and 10% off of dining. We're gonna take a look at the access calendar in a second, but this theme park reservations, for those of you who don't know what this is, because this is going to be a theme, a theme among all of these now, is you can hold 4 days at a time. Mm-hmm. But as we found out, there is a caveat to that to you use your advantage. So you can go, let's say I've got a Tuesday, I'm going to take Tuesday and Wednesday, and then in 2 months I'm taking 2 other days. So there's my 4. Well, if you go that very first day you scan in on that Tuesday, guess what? You have another one will pop up.
Yep, you burn that day, and then guess what? Oh, look, you have another day. If you make the reservation for your 3rd day, boom.
Yeah.
You get it. I did that time and time and time again.
Yeah.
I probably did that a handful of times. Like, okay,
yep.
All I got to do is wait. And then midnight hit, go back in, reserve, boom, 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 I got the day.
That's the caveat. So if you scan in on that, in my example, let's say you go Tuesday and Wednesday. As soon as you scan in on Tuesday, you have to wait until midnight, 12:01 Wednesday morning for you to go possibly Thursday.
Yep.
So that's actually how that works. And you can use that to your advantage.
Yep. Now, I'm not going to say it always works for you, but it always worked for me.
Yep. In fact, he's said that before. He said, hey, I'm staying another day. Like, oh, okay. All right, let's take a look at the Enchant Key access calendar. September is pretty much wide open.
Yeah, not as aggressive. Weekends are in there. August is wide open. I mean, well, it's coming in on the 25th. So September, October.
The weekends in October.
The weekends are shot in October. And half of November and most of December. It begins to open back up in January and February and March, April, all fine. May, then we get into the summer months, which I have no problem. Like you hit July. Apparently, July, for anybody who doesn't know, apparently Disney is saying July is going to be the busiest month of the year, so don't go anyway.
Yep. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. So overall, I'm looking at this availability calendar going like much more feasible.
Yes.
All it will do for me, for my prior Flex Pass use, was alter the days I'm going to go. Mm-hmm. I mean, it will be more midweek. For some people, it may suck, but I don't care.
I don't care either.
No. I'll be real. I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm taking days. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm going to go. I'm going to enjoy my time because that is all it's about.
It's about.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move up the next rung. I remember that was $6.49.
Yeah.
So roughly. Okay.
It's right around $40 a month.
Yeah.
After $140, I think they have that in here.
Where is that?
Where did I see it? I think that is in the main. Oh, I gotta find it.
Okay, while he's looking at that, so these prices. Now you might be thinking, well, this is these are kind of expensive. But I will tell you that if there was no COVID last year, and I would have continued my annual pass, my flex pass, it might have been close to this. You know, it might have gone up. I think it was $449 when we first started. Then it went to $479 or something. No, I'm sorry, $549.
Thank you. I'm like, no, it was like $550.
Yeah, I'm sorry, $550. Then it went up to then it went to $599 or something, right?
Yeah.
So just under so we're actually right about where it should be.
Yeah, when you look at how the trend line for the AP price increase, we were right on par. I stated before that I was kind of hoping they would begin right at where they left off.
Yeah.
But we kind of knew that they weren't. It was kind of like that quiet, like, please, it would be really cool because of everything that's been going on. And a nice little, hey, come on back. But even with that, you can't argue too much. You can I can kind of go like, really? But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it.
Okay. So while I was looking at the payment plan, we're going to move up one next rung to the Believe key. And this is sitting at $949, so $300 more. So, hey, what do you get for that? You get the same reservation-based admission to both theme parks with an expanded calendar. We haven't looked at it yet, but I suspect it is. And then you can hold up to 6 theme park reservations at a time. Okay. You get 10% off merchandise, 10% off select dining. And then you get 50% half off of standard theme park parking, excluding blackout days, and available for purchase at Mickey. Okay, so interesting. So if you have this pass, you cannot use it to park half off on a blackout day. Interesting. Okay, so it's $949.
That oddly makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But if you go, hey, we can't get in today, but we can go to Downtown Disney. Oh, whatever. I'm just splitting hairs here. So let's look at their calendar real quick.
Do you want me to give you the breakdown on the down payment and?
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the Enchant key because that.
You don't want the Imagine key. We'll cover all of them. The Imagine key, the for the payment. That was the other thing that we were kind of wondering if they were going to maintain that. And I'm glad they did.
Yes.
So
hold on for a second. For some reason, that is a sticking point on people. Hey, you shouldn't be able to make it like a payment plan. Why not?
I've got no idea.
Okay. Anyways,
I've got no idea. So
we're starting with the Magic Key. It was $399.
The Imagine key. Hold on. Let me.
Is there a down payment required?
There is, like any of them. Let me see if I can find a better. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Where'd it go? I lost it.
And I should say that these payment or interest-free payment plans, which is very kind of them to do that.
Yeah.
You know it is.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So here we go. For the Imagine key, breaks down to $399 if you want to pay up front, or $19 per month with a $179 down payment.
107?
$179. So,
okay.
And that one, again, is available to Southern California residents only within the 90,000 to 93,599 zip codes. So, the next one, the Enchant key, which in all reality is probably one I'm going to wind up getting, will be $649. Or $40 per month. Again, it's about $1.50 more than I was paying prior, I think. Maybe a little bit more. And then, again, with the $179 down payment.
It's how much a month?
40. Straight up 40. Then you're going to have, and then as we go into the Believe key, we're talking about that one now. The down payment is all going to be across the board $179. Okay, so for every plan, down payment $179. Now for the Believe key at $949, straight up, or $179 down with a $65 per month payment. Which, dude.
What?
I may get that one.
What is it?
The Believe key.
It's $179, and how much is it a month?
65. Okay, that is going to be my internal debate.
Okay.
I'll do that off air. And then the last one's going to be the Dream Key, which we'll get into, but that will be $13.99 with $102 per month. That one I will not do.
Okay.
But anyway, so there's down payments. All down payment $179. Then your monthly payments will vary according to the plan you pick. There you go.
Yeah. So this is a $300 gap between the Believe and the Enchant. So the Believe is $949, and again, you get 2 more reservation days you can pick, and you get half off at parking. And a quick look at the calendar reveals that this is wide open, which is what you would expect for that.
Oh my Lord!
Look at those days.
Yeah.
It's most weekends are open except for a few look at Halloween's open.
Yeah.
On a Sunday night.
Dude.
Um,
They're giving me pause because August wide open, September wide open, October only the Saturdays of October are blocked off.
and July, look at July.
Okay, so hold on. November only
Where's
the
November?
Thanksgiving weekend is blocked off. December only the weekend, only the Saturdays and the 2 weeks right before the week of Christmas and the week after Christmas. The 1st and the 2nd of January, then wide open. February 19th and 20th, then everything else wide open. March 19th and 26th, then everything else wide open. April, a week and a half, and then wide open. May, 2 days wide open, which is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
June, wide open.
Completely
July.
wide open in June.
And then July, only Saturdays, and then the 3rd and 4th, so basically 4th of July. That one's blocked out. Then everything else wide open. August, wide open. September, wide open.
Uh-oh.
Damn you, Disney.
Uh-oh.
They're going to take my money. They're going
This
to
is a
take
great
my
one.
money.
This is a good one. Okay. Well, then let's talk about the Dream Key. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get this one.
No, but...
But it is $1,400. So, again, this is $540 more? Is that what it is? What's the difference between... Oh, sorry, $949 and...
$450.
$450 more. I'm sorry, I'm out.
$452,
So you get
I think.
16 park tickets, reservations at a time, which is exactly like Believe. You get 20% off merchandise and 15% off select dining. So you get they double your merchandise and give you 5% off more at select dining.
Now, you get 50% off standard parking, and then what is the other one? And then excluding blackout dates, and available for purchase at Mickey and Friends parking structure. Okay.
That's the Believe one.
Yeah.
But the Dream Key does come with parking included, excluding blackout days. But
Yeah.
I don't think they have blackout days. We're going to get into that right now. They must.
They do not. You have the calendar is wide open.
Which is what I expect for that price.
Yeah. If you're paying, you know who had that high tier before?
Jess?
No. Christy.
Oh, did she?
She did.
Oh, good for her.
And I remember talking to her about it, and I believe she made the comment, like, if I'm paying that much money, I should be able to go when I want. And
I agree.
Completely agree with that
Yep,
comment. If you're going to pay that kind of coin, you should be able to walk in at your leisure because you have paid for that.
Yep.
And, yeah,
Okay.
I will not do that.
No.
I will be real. If I could afford to do that,
Yeah.
my God, the temptation would be very high. And if I really, really wanted to, I could.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna.
No.
I just can't. In my own mind, my few moments of being frugal, I'm like, $100 a month.
Well, okay. So what is not on here? Suspiciously, I don't see PhotoPass, and I do not see Max Pass or Fast Pass
Correct.
anywhere, which leads me to believe that those programs are still being developed,
Correct.
and maybe at a future date they might announce those.
So here is my theory, because, yeah, the other thing that we went into is like, okay, what are they doing with those programs? Now, we've talked about it prior on the show, what they're doing in Paris, and I laughed wholeheartedly in their face, like, you're not going to have people begin to regress into paying the premium to get on the attraction more quickly.
No.
I already told them I'd give them one of these, for all those I'm saying they're number one.
It's the number one fan.
And then you're going to say no. I don't think maybe they're going to pause, because I think that in Disneyland Paris, I think that may have taken effect already. I don't remember the dating exactly in my head, but it's going to be pretty close here if it hasn't taken into effect already. I think they're going to look at that, even though I don't know why they would, because we're America and they're Paris, and we do not think alike. Our cultures are different, so I don't know. But I think they're gonna take a pause because they're gonna, again, their purpose is to make money. Disney, take my money. We've said it before on the show. We jokingly say it, and I'm saying it again, take my money. But I think they're going to look at it. So my personal opinion is they will roll something out, again, using the footprint that was very successful. The Max Pass, to me, was an incredibly successful program.
That was one of the best things they did.
Along with the Flex Pass. Again, that's why we're looking now at this. And if you really look at this, these are all footprints. These are all developed off of that footprint of the Flex Pass. When you really look at it and you break it down, compared to what you had, this is all running off of that. And I think it was very, very intelligent of them to do this way. Again, we had a lot of concerns with what was going to happen. What were they going to do when they announced that they were getting rid of the AP? I think we all had a collective, like, deep breath and pause, like, okay, what's going to happen? Yeah.
Oh, there was a deep pause. And we were finally able to really excel this afternoon.
Yeah. And because we were all concerned, because remember, the discussion we had on the show more than once was, what approach are they going to take? Because we have to realize that they have lost billions with a B over the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. Billions. What are they going to do? What approach are they going to do to try to recoup that? Were they going to go full Monty and full go, like, hey, we're going to, go freaking grab that dried up orange and try to squeeze more juice out of it? Or are they going to go like, hey, we recognize what's going on. We're going to try to pick up and try to lift everybody up and go, we got to go up a little bit, but we're not going to come after you for it. And we got to realize they're going to go kind of right back into the mode of it and tweak it, try to give it a new vision, a new look, maybe get people reinvigorated into the idea of the park and going back. And I think this right here, for a first step out back into that realm, is a very good first step. Mm-hmm. So going back to Max Pass and Photo Pass and those kind of things, I think definitely those programs are going to be sitting there. And I'm wondering if they're waiting. And being that I haven't been in the park, I wonder if they've been doing questionnaires and being like, hey, what do you guys think about Fast Pass?
I would imagine.
Max Pass. And they're probably trying to get a vibe of, like, what are people feeling about those programs?
Yeah.
Do they really miss it? Will they pay more? Will they pay? Are they not going to pay more? Do we not include it? Again, they're going to modify these. We know they're going to modify these. And I would not be surprised at all if they go, okay, we're going to beef the price up a little bit and go, like, here you go.
They might do that.
So maybe by end of year, we'll be like, okay, we have the different programs, and they may go, okay, so if I go and I do the one that I'm starting to look at, that freaking Believe key.
Okay.
If that happens, that may go like, hey, Believe now isn't going to be, the $9.49. Maybe we're going to like right just shy, like $9.99 or $9.89. Mm-hmm. But we're going to give you either Max Pass or whatever they're going to call it, or give you a discount on that Max Pass. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, so I'll tell you, listeners. So I wasn't. Of course, we're both Legacy Pass holders, but and they sent me a survey. I don't know if they sent you a survey.
I didn't get it.
So the survey had a lot of interest. It was about 18 or 19 different annual passes at the time. They're calling it options. And they said, would you like this or would you like this? Mm-hmm. Would you be more likely to go this and this? And some of the themes, some of the things that they were talking about, I don't see anything here. But it was like, for example, if I have one of these magic keys, I would have the opportunity to buy additional discount tickets for friends and family members who didn't have a pass. Mm-hmm. They go, hey, you can bring a friend one time a year or twice a year or something like that. And so I was thinking, well, that'd be very cool to say, like, for example, if I was going to go with my parents or something and they don't have this, I could bring them in, I could get a discount park ticket for them using my pass. Mm-hmm. So I do like that feature. I do like the other things we were talking about were discount tickets to those Disneyland After Darks, and other special event things, which they don't even mention here.
No.
So, but I do think that they may roll those out a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have, the main thing with these 4 keys, it is a very broad, a broad picture of what the program is. But yeah, like with anything brand new, they're going to, and I'm going to keep on saying because we know it's going to happen, they're going to continue to tweak it and modify as they see fit. So now hopping back and forth, okay, so here's a question of the hour, Mark. Now that we've gone over it, and then I want listeners that hear this, hit us up on our social, email us, or hit us up on the Instagram. What are you guys leaning towards? I mean, during our pre-show, we had a few people like, yeah, we're in. We didn't really ask them which one, but they're all ready to go. Like, the audience is here. The main question now I have is which plan? Now, again, at the initial look, I'm like, okay, enchant key for me. Like, enchant key for me, price point is where I had it before. I learned to work within that window very, very effectively, I thought. Yeah, I never missed a day. I never missed anything. I did everything I wanted to, pretty much when I wanted to. I think I had to modify one trip by a weekend, or maybe a couple weekends. It was not a big thing. But now, I don't know, man. I'm kind of looking at the Believe key and looking at the availability of that, and that availability of the Believe key is much more along the lines of the Flex Pass.
I was going to say that as you're talking about it, that is very much what it was. But is that what's leaning you over to that side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, looking at it, looking back again, I mean, the big thing is going to be, discounts, how many you can hold. All those things are good factors to look at. But at the end of the day, we're talking about getting into the park.
Yes.
We're getting a pass so we can go in.
Yeah.
So looking at it that way, looking at the enchant key, looking at that blackout calendar, it is infinitely more restrictive.
Well, I think, you can hold up to 16 park reservations at a time. And for you, I think the Believe key might make sense because you tend to go down there a lot more than I do. And you may have some, you've got some friends down there that may be able to go to the park with you. And so that it might make more sense for you to get that one.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it right now, because the one thing that I have and that I highly enjoy in my life is having flexibility and to basically do what I want when I want. I love that. That makes my life a lot more fluid, if that makes sense. Looking at it, and to me, basically breaks down, is that worth an extra $25 a month?
Well, if you came down, you say it's a $179 buy-in.
Yep.
Let's say you gave them just $300. Okay, then you're paying $54.09 versus the $60. I mean, that's I mean, it would this would pay for itself for you.
Yeah.
Fairly fast.
Fairly quickly. I mean, that is the one thing that I think, I made the joke quite often with the Flex Pass was like, I don't know how many trips, how many days in the park that I spent. I'm like, my free day, because I had paid off my pass. I think I probably spent a week. I'm going to say almost probably a week in the park, 7 days total, completely paid for. Completely. I think I did 2 trips, full weekend trips that I'm like, with these, no, it was 2.5, I think is what it was. I'm trying to remember because sadly it's been long enough, or too long.
Yeah.
But I think I did the math where it was like, if I go and spend 7 days or 2, basically when I go is like 3 days, 3 days, 3 days. I usually try to go in a 3 to 4 day block.
Yes.
By end of trip, Yeah, 2.5. I'm like, and I'm done. And then everything else that I went to was like, who's going? Wait, you're going to the park? When are you going? All right, let me check my flights.
Yep.
Because it became like that. I'm like, let me check my flights. Okay, let me check my calendar. Okay, yeah, that's wide open. Let me see if I can hit the
And I'll be
reservation.
curious to see if your friend Eric is going to get one. I bet he will.
He will.
Okay.
He totally will. I guarantee he totally will.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. I'm like looking at it going, that may be a thing where I drop in and go like, here, I'm going to give you $300.
Yep, or something. I mean, just...
No. I mean, that is a totally fair thing. Like, here, why don't... I'm going to give you more than $179 here. Let me give you three. Let me give you $300.
Yep.
Then that leaves me, basically, that will drop me down to the tier of like paying $40 a month.
That'll bring you down to the tier of the paying for the enchant key, yeah.
So that, whenever I figure it out, whenever I get it, I will let everybody know. But
Yes.
Mark, the main question is, where are you at?
Right now I'm leaning into the enchant key, just because I think would be one that, I just think this one might benefit me more. You've got a lot more flexibility than I do.
Yeah.
And, I mean, December being shut down, I don't necessarily care. January is open. My birthday is open, so that's good. I'm looking right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking at it right now going like, hey, you can go to the park that day.
Yeah.
Not the day after, but hey.
No, I can go that whole week.
Oh, yeah, you can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I'm looking at March and April and May. Those are times I'd like to go because, that's when they have the Food and Wine Festival out there. And hopefully they do it next year. So that's when I like to go. June, I'm kind of bummed that that's blacked out. I like June. July, I don't care so much. Later August, my daughter's birthday is open on the 17th. That looks good. And then I will be taking a sabbatical from work for a month off between August and September, or September, October.
Man, I wish I could do that.
So and it looks like
I do, but I don't get paid.
Yeah. So it looks like, September 22nd, 2022 is wide open. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's looking at that. And then, but I also wanted to say that people that are looking at these dates, which I'm sure you guys are at some point, don't get discouraged because these dates are very fluid. There's an algorithm somewhere that says, okay, we have to have a certain threshold on these dates. If we don't meet that, like I'm looking at, for example, November 20th as a Saturday, they have to have X amount of guests in.
Yeah.
If for some reason they don't, guess what? You're going to see the 20th open up.
Yeah, they will.
And that's guys and girls. That is how they do it.
Yep.
And like I said, Udi and I have been sitting there on the phone 2 years ago going, okay, let's go on this days and this day. So we can't because they're closed. And then, the next couple of days, hey, guess what? These days have opened up. Okay, let's get them. Yeah, we've done that. So, I can see. Oh, come on. What is the belief key for?
Yeah, look at it.
For
that is
December.
the only reason why I'm looking at that calendar, that blackout calendar.
Yeah.
Is pretty man.
Here we go. May, June, and July. That is completely different than the enchant key.
You look at May, June, and July. I have pretty much carte blanche.
You do. Yes, you do.
And even April. No, look. No, I can go back. I'm gonna go even back. I'll go back even further. January, February.
Yes.
March. Pretty much all of April. 1 week of April. May. June, and a good chunk of July, August, and September. Look at it. Look at how much you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 months of almost carte blanche access to the park. I don't know, folks. I'm thinking, Disney's gonna get more of my money. Yeah, look at it.
I'm looking because April.
Look at September.
So Easter falls on to the 17th of April. So the week leading up to that for you is all blacked out. So that must be what that is. So it must be like you're going to use the Easter break for school or something like that. So the 9th through the 17th is blacked out for you, but you weren't going to go anyways, right?
For what? In April?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you might.
Dude, okay, so I'm trying to remember exactly. Okay, my last day in the park was February of 20... was it 2019?
It was 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, 2020. Was February. And at that point, I had another trip for March and June.
No, July. We had a July because we were going to...
And we had a July trip coming.
July, I think... Was it July 5th or something? Adventures Campus was going to open. It was close. It was
in that ballpark. Yeah.
And so
it was 15, 14, and we looked at it and it was wide open. And we're like, we're going to go.
Yes, we had planned to go down that the week or two after it opened.
So I had, but I remember going in there. I think we were going to go for Joe's birthday. I think we were. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Again, it's been like a year and a half now. It was in here.
When is Joe's birthday?
April, May, June, July. I don't know. Now I don't remember. Sorry, Joe. You can hit me later, Joe, because I can't remember. I'm horrible with birthdays. I remember very few. If it's not on my phone, I'll forget it. I think I had one in February. I think it was April or May, and then one in July. So I had 2, if not 3. And then May. No, the other one I wanted to try to get to was May the 4th. For that year, I want to try to make it there for May the 4th. So it was going to be February. I was there. I was going to go May, July at the bare minimum, and then there might have been one more tucked in there because my pass would have been up in August. I think it was that year, August or September that year. So I was going to try to get 3 more trips in before the end of the year.
May 4th and Revenge of the 5th are both open on the Enchant Key.
I know, but I got them wide open here on the
Believe Key.
On the Believe Key. Literally, okay, so here, and this is going to go with my family. Okay, so we've been talking with my family.
We should name some of these. I would have one called the Despair Key.
Why?
Where it's completely blacked out.
SoCal one.
Completely blacked out. but you still have to pay them.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that is what, like, July, if I'm getting the SoCal pass, like, can you just hold my payment for July because that's kind of crap? But anyway,
you're right.
You're not. You can't get in, but we're going to charge you that $20.
That's an interesting point.
But no, the only thing here that I'm looking at that makes me kind of go wah is December. My mom has been wanting to go back to the park, and she's talking about taking the kids and everybody because my nieces and my nephews have not been in the park for quite some time.
In December?
Yeah, in December because they're off of school and da-da-da-da. And, okay, so December, in my family, in the park, holds a special meaning to our family.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't know, and my mom will bring this up from time to time, is that, and I think she told you, Mark, this story. My mom, 8, 9 months pregnant with me.
Yes.
Decides, hey, we're going to go to Disneyland on Christmas Day, in which they love doing. My parents love doing it. I think I told the story before about how we went on Christmas Eve, I think, and then we left. We came back, all the trees were under the present when they weren't there.
Oh, yeah.
My dad was an amazing man. He did that. So then she said that's probably one of the reasons why I like the park so much is because I'm getting ready to be born, and we all know at that point you're hearing everything. Mm-hmm. You can feel what's going on. And so she kind of says, well, he probably loves the park because, 3 days later, boom, here I came. And,
that's right.
So, yeah, so December for my family in the park holds a special meaning. So she's kind of wanting to, with the year that we've had and with my dad being gone, she's kind of wanting to, like, hey, let's...
For Christmas or your birthday?
Yeah, or in December in general.
Well...
So I can't...
You can get, I bet... getting park tickets right now, can you get that?
Mm-mm.
They don't have December out yet?
No, not yet. I don't think you can. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Because my mom asked me that yesterday. Like, hey, do I have to start looking at tickets? I'm like, no, I don't think we can get into that window yet.
No, I don't think so.
But anyway, so that would be my only thing. Getting back on the point. That belief key may be in my future. Which, if you would have asked me a year ago, like, hey, you're going to be on the upper tier with pass, I would have been like, probably not. But now, you sons of guns.
Yeah, they aren't doing it. You won't get it because the timing. See, Disney's very smart here. They don't have October out yet.
No. They're doing 90-day window, I think, is what they're looking at.
I'm only showing to end of September.
Okay.
So
30-day window.
So they've
Not even.
changed it, yeah.
And I think a lot of it, again, being in the environment we are with the Rona, I think that is playing havoc on what they would want to be doing. Because I don't even know. I haven't even paid. Okay, this is how much I don't pay attention to this stuff anymore because I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't even look at what capacity they're at.
No,
what they're
I
allowed
have
to
no
be at.
idea.
I have no idea, and honestly, I don't care.
I don't care either.
But yeah, I don't know what again. So the question that began this entire diatribe was, what are you guys looking at? What are you guys thinking? What are you leaning towards? What are the pros and cons? What are you liking? What are you hating about that? Again, this is a special kind of insert episode because this is pretty big news that we've all been waiting for with bated breath for a few months now.
This might be episode 138 because we've gone over an hour.
Nah.
Okay.
Drop it extra.
Extra.
It's going to be extra special. And
Just because we love you guys.
Yep. And you guys have stuck with us through the grind. But yeah, I think let us know. Hit us up. Let us know, like, hey, this is what we're seeing. This is what I'm liking. This is what I like. This is what I hate. And then let us know, because I think this is a good conversation to have with all of you, the family, and there we go. So.
Okay. And I'm going to wrap this up. What was I going to say? I want Udi to end it because we was talking about something at the beginning, the pre-show. But for me, like I said, I'm leaning towards the enchant key, but this absolutely has sparked a fire in me. For the last, like I said, 15 months, it's been hard for me to put the show together sometimes. But I keep doing it because I do find enjoyment in it. But the park itself and some of the decisions they were making didn't agree with me. But I've moved past it because the park is, the park is bigger to me than the other issues the little nuances that don't really impact me. But this has gotten me excited. It's gotten me hopeful, and I'm glad that that Disneyland did the right thing by us. I was so worried that we were going to be priced out, that the offerings were going to be bad, but I'm so happy that they have come through with us, and it makes me very, very I'm glad that I'm part of this ridiculous relationship with Disney. Okay, Udi, now you did touch on something, and maybe you can close the show with that. Okay.
Like Mark was saying, that with this news coming out, it is invigorating. I can already feel that. I mean, we're not even 12 hours from. We are literally 8 hours right now as of recording from this announcement. And already I can feel the vibe change, not only between Mark and myself, and even Jess, because we all know we've had our ups and downs with this relationship with Disneyland. But the one thing that we've all really sorely missed is the sense of community and family that we've had with the park. We have met, we've had, and I always come back to this because this is the core of everything. We have met amazing, not just good or great, but amazing individuals. We've had the opportunity to talk to some amazing individuals. The list goes on and on. You go back into our catalog, you will see the people that we've talked to. But the one thing that has always been the most special to me, that means the most to me, and I know to Mark and to Jess, has been the people, the listeners that have latched on to us and been gracious enough to come in and listen to us and support us, and not having our commonality, our tie. We would do trivia nights that we would have our LTP family. We were the annual pass holes, and we would come together.
We're the keyholes now.
We're the keyholes now. We're going to have to be the key holders. The keyholes. I think that's a better one. But we had the sense of community and being around, and there are so many people that I met through that. Some people that I met and didn't remember I met. There's things of that. There are things that always, have been wrapped around the park. And it always breaks down to family. It always breaks down to the commonality and the bond that we share. So this is a huge, momentous move to regaining our family, regaining the community and the love of the park and love for each other, and rallying behind a common bond, and finding a passion that we have lost and it's waned. So with this, it is the step to regaining our family, regaining our LTP family, regaining everybody, and reconnecting with the people that we have kind of lost because of our being stretched to the ends of our wits at moments in time. And now we're going to regain our family. So I am excited on such a deep personal level that now we're going to be able to meet again in the park that brought us all together in the first place. People that we have met in the past, bringing them back in. And I'm going to tell you this right now, for anybody who's met me in person, I can't wait to see you guys again, and I'm just gonna go around hugging people. I swear, I'm not a super hugger. I like hugging people. I'm very specific on who I'd like to hug, but I think I'm gonna turn around and be a hugger, and I'm just gonna wind up being very happy. Hey, at the bare minimum, bro hug, okay?
Bro hug.
I'll give you the bro hug, but I'm gonna be just happy to have that there. And then the other thing that I'm also super excited for is for the people that we haven't met yet. We haven't had the opportunity to meet a lot of people face to face.
Right.
So to be able to get all these things back is incredibly exciting for me, and I'm so grateful that we have this community that is strong now, and we've been tested, and now we're proving that we're here, and we're making it through the storm, and we're finally getting to a point where we can regain family, and we can be back together as the LTP family. So the LTP family has meant a lot to me, to Mark, to Jess, has meant more than I think we can express. And I'm incredibly grateful that all of you, again, grace us with your time to listen to us and to join in with us and communicate with us and talk to us and get to know us, and we've gotten to know you. And I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm thankful that we're actually getting back to this, and we have the pathway. We're starting to see that lighthouse in the storm.
Yes.
And we're finally hopefully finding our safe harbor, and we'll be back so we can get back on the dock, back on shore, and be grabbing around each other and like, let's go have fun.
Yep.
So thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
And my heart too.
Yeah, and Mark, and I know Jess feels the same way.
And Jess too, absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you guys all for everything, and we're here. Mm-hmm. We ain't going nowhere.
No.
We told you before we weren't going to stop, and we're not going to stop. So thank you, everybody. Your family, we don't say lightly. From my family, from our LTP family here to everyone out there, thank you. Yeah. And I can't wait to see you guys again at the park.
At the park. All right, and with that, thank you for spending this evening, afternoon with us. Whatever it is you're listening to us, it's always the right time. So again, thank you for everything you've done. If you want to support the show, we won't get into that tonight, I guess. Actually, we can find Patreon. Go to our link tree on Instagram. It's all there. Go to leavingtodaypodcast.com. Click on the Patreon logo. $1, $3, $5. It's all good to us. We cannot wait to see you guys in the parks. We cannot wait to get a drink with you at Trader Sam's or a pizza in downtown or whatever in downtown Disney.
Frozen Jack and Coke at DCA, or just maybe we're going to go on Indy together or something. Yep. And then General Cruise if there's a 5-minute wait. Okay. Anyways, I see the engines are firing up with me. Okay. Yeah. We love you, adventurers out there, and see you in the parks. See ya.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Can we do that again?